dumb, you never know.
You never knew.
Do you feel alienated in any way by the lifestyle that you live and not being able to relate, or having people not being able to relate to you?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's interesting. I've noticed that sometimes I feel lonely, and I think that's why. I don't necessarily think it's like, oh, I need a girlfriend, because I know overall
Just anyone being able to relate.
Yeah, no, I think emotionally lonely sometimes I feel, because we're living this like nomadic kind of, you know, rock star lifestyle in some ways, which is alienating. You know, think about the idea like what relatives, the word relatives. Like I go home and my relatives can't relate to anything I've done.
Yeah.
Your relatives can't relate. You know, like that's an interesting thing. I think it definitely gives off a slight isolation to your, you know, just your being. Like sometimes I feel a little alone, just in general. And it's crazy because I have 3 companions. You know, I have companions more. Well, you count Foley and people who can understand everything I've been through more or less. And not to say my parents aren't super understanding and they relate as much as they can. But, you know, we've gone on and we've just done so much. And yeah, I think that's part of the human experience. You know, I fight through those nights or those days where I'm just like, kind of feel lonely. Definitely feel alienated in some ways sometimes, but like, doesn't everyone in one way or another? You know, doesn't everyone? I would argue everyone does in their own way, you know? And to keep a fresh perspective on it is what's key. And I think that's why I've gone the way I've gone. You know, I purposely go out of my way to try to keep my perspective tuned in. Like, hey, yeah, it can be lonely a little bit, or yeah, you know, it's a little hard to be fucking moving around all the time and not have much stability, you know? Yeah, it's hard to try to break into the music industry and continue to scale from the outskirts, you know? It is, all those things are valid points, but like, if you switch the perspective on it, I'm blessed to have the opportunity, you know? I'm blessed to have, how many people can say they've rolled around with like the same dudes and done all this crazy shit?
I know.
You know, like a lot of kids message me, a lot of fans, older guys now, man, look up to you guys. Like, I love that you guys stayed together. And me and my boys always talk about how crazy it would be to live like that.
Of course, we're grateful for it.
Yeah.
But you talk about our lifestyle, you know, we're 30, we're all living under a roof. Yes, we work hard, but we dictate our own schedules. We wake up every day. We decide what we want to do. If we want to spend 12 hours working on music or a new idea or a new business, we can do it. If we want to fucking sleep and watch TV all day, we can do it. If we want to go to the gym and have a fitness day, we can do it. If we want to, you know, work out at, 2 in the afternoon, we can do it. No one can really relate to that.
It really is. When I hear that out loud, it's like, man, I have nothing. There's so much more to be happy about versus complain about when I hear those circumstances. Yes, there's an alienation factor, but man, I would really not be good at waking up, at this hour, having to be here and do this and work, on the other side of that coin. I would choose the coin we're on,
Yeah.
And it is alienating sometimes, and it can be frustrating sometimes. But I think, like I said, man, it's a yin and a yang of life. We can't have all this great shit and not have like its own set of challenges that come with it, And that's the best way of looking at what anyone's ever going through. It's what I try to tell everyone. There's pros and cons to the human experience, man.